Hey guys, welcome back to Baby Back Maniac. Today we are smoking ribs in the SNS Kamado, the Slow N Sear Kamado by SNS Grills, formerly Adrenaline Barbecue Company. If you guys have been following me for any length of time, you know I used to work for Adrenaline, and they are, the guy that owns it is a friend of mine. His name's Dave, and I told him up front with everything that's happened lately, like, don't even send me the cooker if it's not awesome, because you know I'm gonna report the good and the bad, and he agreed to go ahead and send it anyways. In fact, what he said was he wants to enable that behavior, which is kind of an odd way of saying it, but you know, words are hard for Dave sometimes.
And remember, Adrenaline words hard.
So thanks to them for sponsoring this video, guys. We're gonna cook some amazing ribs, and I'm going to give you my thoughts, pros and cons. And one of the things I had a hard time with making this video was I didn't know where to start, because I have so much to say, and what I realized is I'm just not gonna be able to get it all into one video. So please subscribe. I'm gonna start a playlist on the Slow N Sear Kamado, and over time I will share all my thoughts, positive and negative, about the Kamado. But I gotta tell you, it's not perfect, but it's really, really good, and I think you guys are gonna like it. Got a little audience forming. They're hungry. So here we go, we got the Slow N Sear set up. This is in Slow N Sear mode. Now, one thing about this Kamado is if you want to, you can put a cast iron bottom grate in, a ceramic heat deflector just like the Big Green Egg, and you have a 21.5 inch regular ceramic cooker. Like if you wanted to just cook on it like a regular ceramic cooker, you could, and it is a really good size. It's that in between a large and an extra large at 21.5. In fact, it's the exact same cooking grate as what fits on my Weber Smoky Mountain, and I have the big Weber Smoky Mountain. You could swap those out and never miss a beat. So really good size, big enough to do big racks of spare ribs or briskets, but not so big that if you're cooking 2 or 3 burgers, it feels like you're firing up a gigantic cooker. So that's cool. So we're using briquettes today. These are the Weber briquettes, and I've got a little bit of a cherry wood that's burning. I'm gonna put the lid down because I'm losing my water, and we'll get back to it. All right, guys, we are cooking. It smells amazing out here. We got that cherry wood smoking, you can see that. I added a couple pieces of hickory right over the top of that fire, and it just smells like heaven out here. It really does. It's really, really good. I'm using the Killer Hogs rubs. You saw that. This is the AP rub. That goes down as your base rub. That's your salty rub. And this is your sweet and spicy rub. This is the barbecue rub. That's what they call it by Killer Hogs. And then we'll have the sauce at the end. I'll glaze it with the sauce. This was a recommendation by a lot of you after I did this video where we compared the top 5 best-selling rubs on Amazon. You can check that out here. This was on the list, but this wasn't. So a lot of y'all were like, you need to try this. So that's what I did, and so far I've been really, really happy with it. But these are not YouTube hookups. I bought them with my own money, but I will have affiliate links below if you guys want to check that out. I would appreciate it. Now we're just getting ready for it to, obviously, because it's a Baby Back Maniac video, start raining. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put a link to a raining playlist. So barbecue in the rain or something like that. I'll call it like that, something like that. Every time it's rained in a Baby Back Maniac video, it'll go in that playlist, just because it's weird, man. I have friends in the area that are like, they actually told me, hey, I don't know why it's raining on your house, but not mine, but it seems like it's always raining at your house. I don't know what it is. I think it's the camera equipment. It's just attracted to water, and eventually it's gonna cost me a lot of money. Anyways, that's what we're doing. I'm gonna shut this down, let this cook, give it some time, let it get happy, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, my friends, we are halfway through this cook. Let's take a look at these ribs. Oh my gosh. They have a really nice color. I hope that's coming through on camera. A real dark mahogany color. I like that. Bark has not formed or not set yet, so we're gonna need some time on that, but that's okay. It's been cooking about 225 to 240 the whole time, which is, you know, just fine, just fine. I went ahead and reloaded some coals. I think I have enough coals. I think I had enough coals to get through the cook, but it was just kind of, I just wanted to play it safe, especially since I'm recording. But I think if I was just cooking and not trying to record a video, this would be fine on one load of coals. I mentioned I'm using briquettes. This is Kingsford competition briquettes for those that care. And this will burn lump just fine. In fact, this is the first cook I've used using briquettes. So all of my other cooks have been using lump. So very versatile. I'm having fun with it. Gonna put the lid down before I lose all my heat. And hopefully, all the tornadoes are to the west of us, or tornado watches, I should say. So I think we may be okay. I think we may get out of this one, which is nice. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see this, but there is a nice little smoke ring on these ribs. They took about 5 hours, and to be honest with you, if I wasn't trying to beat out this storm, I would have given it another hour, you know, just because it could use it, but let's take a bite. Actually, all right, I take it back. Maybe not another hour, maybe another 15 minutes. These are really, really good. Those combination of flavors are really, really solid. I like having the salt separate from the rub because, like, for instance, in this cook, I had a situation where one of the ribs actually popped a little blood vessel thing, and I was able to just wipe that off, put some more rub over the top of it, and then spritz it, and it blended in like you would have never known it was there. So these are really good, a really good combination of flavors. It's basically sweet with a little heat on the back end, and the combination of those three rubs with that barbecue sauce, I can see why Malcolm does well with this. This is a really, really good rib. The Slow N Sear Kamado did a great job. Like I said, I'm really enjoying cooking on it. There are a few little things that I'd change. One of them is the little, hang on, I feel like the stick is too short. I'm gonna be honest with you. Also, the little hooks underneath the side tables, they're not hooky enough. They're like the little nubs. So we need longer nubs. We need a longer stick. That's one of the first things I noticed, but basically, I mean, it's been a great cooker, and every time I cook on it, I enjoy it more and more. I think they're on to a winner here. So I'm gonna, like I said before, I'm gonna do more cooks. Sorry, I'm getting bugged. I'm gonna do more cooks with this, and in the process, I'm just gonna talk about some of the things I love about it. There's so much versatility with it because it is the size that it is. That 21.5-inch grate is the same size as Weber kettles, which means you can fit a lot of cool stuff on this. And I've been playing around with that, and I just don't have time to talk about all of it in one video without bogging down the video. So there will be more videos. Please subscribe if you want to see this. Please check out these rubs and this sauce. I'll have a link below. Check out Adrenaline Barbecue Company. I'll put a link to the cooker below. And I love you guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.